Hello everyone, welcome back to Maelstrom Gaming. My name is Malachi Gardner. Today I'm going to be playing the Journey Along the Anduin scenario for the Lord of the Rings LCG. I hope you all enjoy the video. So I have the Journey Along the Anduin scenario pretty much set up here. Just a couple more things to do. This is the best scenario in the base game by far, and so I'm really excited to be playing this with all of you. So first, let's continue reading through. Let's read the second campaign card here. So Journey Along the Anduin, Mirkwood Paths Part 2. You're playing in campaign mode. Setup. Put Mendor into play. Set each copy of Valor and Scarred aside. Out of play. Response. After a hill troll is defeated, each player attaches one set aside copy of Valor to a hero they control, if able. And then forced. If a character is destroyed by a hill troll, each player attaches one set aside copy of Scarred to a hero they control. Limit once per game. If Mendor leaves play, the players lose the game. Okay? So let's take a look at these cards here. First off, we have Valor, which we get if we kill a troll. And this is a permanent boon condition, 1 per hero. And response, after attached hero is declared as an attacker, exhaust Valor to heal 1 damage from the attached hero and deal 1 damage to the defending enemy. So that's very nice. And then Scarred, which we get if the hill trolls defeat us, or defeat our characters. This is also permanent, limit once per hero. And forced. After a character you control is destroyed, raise your threat by 1. So, not very good there for that card. But yeah, we definitely want to get Valor. And would like to avoid getting Scarred if at all possible. So we do have Mendor in play here. Then, let's read this card here. Emerging from a Mirkwood Forest with an urgent message for Lady Galadriel, you must now make your way south along the Anduin River in order to reach the Forest of Lorien. As you leave the forest behind, you notice that you are being pursued, and thus quicken your pace. So, each player reveals 1 card from the top of the encounter deck and adds it to the staging area. So we'll do that. But first, let's go ahead and draw our starting hand of 6. Alright, so we have Dwarven Axe, cost 2, attach your hero restricted. Attached hero gets +1 attack, +2 instead of attached hero is a dwarf. Citadel Plate, which we got the last scenario, costs 4, attach your hero restricted, attach hero gets +4 hit points. Northern Tracker, after Northern Tracker commits to a quest, place 1 progress token on each location in the staging area. And then we have 3 health, 2 defense, 2 attack, and 1 willpower. I do enjoy this Northern Tracker quite a bit. Veteran Axe Hand, so this card costs 2, 0 willpower, 2 attack, 1 defense, 2 life, 2 hit points rather. This is just a solid attacker, just getting a boost to your attack overall. And then the favorite of the lady, costs 2, attach your hero, attached hero gets +1 willpower. And then Hasty Stroke, costs 1, response, cancel a shadow effect just triggered during combat. Alright, that's all our cards there. So I am going to go ahead and keep this hand, and then we will continue on with the setup here. And so we're going to reveal 1 card from the top of the encounter deck and add it to the staging area per player. And this is the Goblin Sniper. Alright, so 48 engagement cost, 2 threat, 2 attack, 0 defense, and 2 hit points. During the encounter phase, players cannot optionally engage Goblin Sniper if there are other enemies in the staging area. If Goblin Sniper is in the staging area at the end of the combat phase, each player deals 1 point of damage to a character they control. Now, this is not good because, if we flip over the next card, I'll read this flavor text in just a bit, but it says 1 reveal, search the encounter deck for a hill troll if there is not 1 already in play, and place in the staging area, shuffle the encounter deck. And then players cannot defeat the stage while any hill troll cards are in play. So, while I search for the hill troll, the reason that the Goblin Sniper is a very bad card to draw at this moment is because the hill troll is very beefy. With 1 threat, 6 attack, 3 defense, and then 9 health. Excess combat damage dealt by hill troll, damage that is dealt beyond the remaining hit points of the character damaged by its attack, must be assigned as an increase to your threat. So that's going to go in the staging area, and that's a nasty card. But we can't actually engage the Goblin Sniper unless we are also engaged with the hill troll, because of the Goblin Sniper's ability there. And so the Goblin Sniper is going to be able to just keep on dealing us 1 damage per turn until we take out this hill troll, and then we're able to engage the Goblin Sniper. So that's not a very good it's not a very good start to the game, I will say. Although our starting hand is pretty good, so maybe that'll make up for it. Alright. And then I'll read the flavor text here. As you approach the location of a small raft stashed on the riverbank, a fearsome hill troll emerges from behind a grouping of rocks and attacks. And this needs 8 progress tokens to be placed on it to progress, but we need to defeat the hill troll before we can defeat the stage here. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and shuffle this deck up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we are all set up to start playing. Go ahead and gain some resources here. So I have another Northern Tracker, it's my new card, and then we'll gain resource in each of our heroes' resource pools. So, what I think I want to do, let's just go ahead and organize this by cost. Alright. Okay, there we go. So I think what I want to do is I want to save up for the Citadel Plate. I'm going to give it to Gimli, which will give him 9 hit points. Then I'll engage, and then I'll have the Hill Troll engage me, and he'll do 6 damage to Gimli. Now, it normally would kill him, right? Especially since if it's unblocked. So normally they'll just kill him, but 6 damage will go to Gimli, who has a total of 9 hit points because of Citadel Plate. Then he will have 6 damage counters on him. From there, I will just go ahead and use Gimli to attack the Hill Troll, along with Legolas. Legolas will do 3 damage to the Hill Troll, and will negate his armor. And then Gimli will be able to do 8 damage to the Hill Troll, and then hopefully we'll be able to kill the Hill Troll there in just one fell swoop. So the idea is that with the Citadel Plate, Gimli will be able to tank a whole hit from the Hill Troll, and then we can hit him back with Gimli doing an insane amount of damage because of all the damage tokens on him, and then we'll be able to kill the Hill Troll in a single round, so we don't have to suffer 2 attacks from the Hill Troll. So I'm not going to spend any of my tactics resources so I can play the Citadel Plate next turn. And then I can't actually afford any of the Northern Trackers or Favor the Lady with my Spirit resource. The only thing I could play is Hasty Stroke, which will allow me to negate a Shadow effect. And so, well, of course I want to save that for when there's actually a nasty Shadow effect. But that also could play well into my strategy, where if the Hill Troll gets a nasty, +3 to attack from a Shadow effect, because the attack is unblocked, I'll just be able to play this card and negate that. So, I think that's a good plan. I'm not going to spend anything right now, and I'm going to go ahead and quest with Aoen, Gimli, and Mendor. So that'll give me 7 willpower, and then we'll see what we get. The Necromancer's Pass. Alright, so this has a lot of, sorry, it's 3, it's not great. Only 2 progress tokens need to be placed here, but to travel here, the first player must discard 2 cards from their hand at random to travel here. Now, that's not good because I'm relying on these 2 cards right here for my strategy to work, specifically the Citadel Plate, but Hasty Stroke also, for it to really work out well. So you do not want to risk traveling here and having those cards be discarded. So I think I'm actually have that just sit in the staging area, unfortunately. But that does mean we have 6 threat in the staging area. But before I even have the chance to travel there, we will have 6 threat in the staging area and then 7 willpower, and so we'll be able to place 1 progress token. Now we do have the chance to travel to Necromancer's Pass, but I do think that I do not want to do that to risk losing the Citadel Plate. So I'm not going to. And now we could optionally engage the Hill Troll, but that's a really bad idea, I think. Especially since we can wait a turn, since we have 29 threat, and the Goblin and the Hill Troll has a 30 threat engagement cost. So I can't afford to have him just stay there for 1 turn. And I want to make use of that so I can gain more resources to be able to play some of the cards I need. And of course I cannot engage the Goblin Sniper, so I do not want to engage anyone optionally. And my threat is too low for anyone to engage me by default. And so I'm just going to go ahead and skip the engagement phase. I'm not going to do anything with that. And then in the combat phase, the only thing that's actually going to happen is the Goblin Sniper is going to do 1 damage to one of my characters because he's still in the staging area. So I will need to choose who to give that to, but before I do that, I want to do some quick math here. So Legolas will do 3 damage from his attack. Gimli does 2, so that's 5. But after the hill troll does 6 damage to Gimli, he'll be going in with 8 attack, so 8 damage. You know what? I'm actually going to give this to Gimli. So now Gimli has 4 hit points left. But then with the Citadel Plate, he will have a total. He will have 8 hit points remaining, and then the hill troll will be able to do 6 damage to him, which will not kill him. And if there's a shadow effect, I'll be able to cancel it with Hasty Stroke. And then Legolas and Gimli will go ahead and attack for a combined total of 12 attack. Legolas' 3 attack will break the hill troll's armor, and then Gimli will go ahead and hit with 9 damage to kill the hill troll. And then Mendor will just be able to quest then. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So let's go ahead and just end the round here. Nothing else needs to happen. Raise my threat by 1, so now it is at 30, and the hill troll will engage me this turn. Alright, next up we have a Test of Will. Response. Cancel the when revealed effects of a card that was just revealed from the encounter deck. This is a very nice card to have on hand because often cards will have nasty run revealed effects, especially on treacheries. So be able to just evade that and cancel it is very nice. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and go ahead with my strategy. Play Citadel Plate for 4 Tactics resources and give it to Gimli. I have enough resources to play Favor of the Lady, but I'm not going to because I want to actually have enough resources to be able to play these cards if need be. So let's go ahead and quest with Aoen and Mendor. That'll be a total of 5 willpower. So I think I actually will use Aoen's ability, and I will discard the Favor of the Lady to give her +1 willpower, which will be a total of 6 willpower, which will be good. Okay. Alright, next up we have the Gladden Fields. And this has another location with 3 threat, and then we have 3 progress tokens here. And forced while Gladden Fields is the actual location, each player must raise their threat by an additional point during the refresh phase. That's not great. Alright, then that'll be a total of 9 willpower, or sorry, 9 threat, and we only have 6 willpower, so I'll bump us up to 33 threat. That's not great. Next up, we'll go ahead and travel to the Gladden Fields, and then I will go ahead and next up, the hill troll will engage with us, whether we like it or not, and he will then get ready to attack us. So the hill troll has 6 attack, and I'm actually not going to block it because of the fact that Gimli has 8 hit points remaining, and then I can cancel any shadow effects that could lower his hit points to a really dangerous level, so let's do that. And there we go, we have no shadow effect on this card here, so we don't even need to use Hasty Stroke. And so now, 6 damage will be dealt to Gimli, and this is just showing you one reason why having denominations of 5 and 3 for the damage tokens and the resource and progress tokens is very helpful, because otherwise we'd be having to have 5 additional small tokens on this card. Okay, so now Gimli is at 9 attack, Legolas is at 3. They'll both attack the hill troll. Legolas will break the defense of the hill troll, and Gimli will kill it with his whopping 9 attack. Now he has 7, so he has a base attack of 2, 7 damage tokens, so that's a total of 9 attack, and so that will kill the hill troll. And since he is worth victory points here, he's not placed inside the encounter discard pile. Instead, he's actually removed from the game in a separate victory point pile. And so if you were calculating your score at the end of the game, you'll be able to add on 4 points to your score. But also, the important thing is that he's not going to be able to come back through any card effects or reshuffling the discard pile into the deck or anything like that. He's just out of the game, which is good because hill trolls are very dangerous. And there still is one more hill troll in the deck there. Good. So now, that was a turn there. Oh, actually one more thing. Legolas' response ability will go off since he did participate in an attack that destroyed enemies, so we'll place 2 progress tokens on Gladden Fields. I'm ready, everybody. And my threat goes up to 34. And I just realized I forgot to apply the 1 damage from Goblin Sniper, so he will deal 1 damage to Legolas. Alright, we'll draw a card. Alright, Quick Strike. As an action, you can exhaust a character you control immediately declare it as an attacker and resolve its attack against any eligible enemy target. So that's very nice. Attacking before they attack you. Alright, so I think next turn I should be able to play the Northern Tracker with Aoen's resources, so that'll be good. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and play Veteran Axe-Hand with my 2 Tactics resources. Let's move this over here. Okay, and then next turn I could also play the Dwarven Axe if I wanted to get even more damage on, get even more attack points for Gimli. Okay, so now let's go ahead and quest with Gimli, Aoen, and Mendor. And then we'll have characters left there. Okay, so then... I don't think I'm going to discard any. So right now I'm at 4, 5, 6, 7 willpower. I could discard Quick Strike or some other card here to get an additional willpower, but I don't actually think I'm going to do that. So we'll go ahead and draw a card here. And Misty Mountain Goblins. 2 threat, 2 attack, 1 defense, 3 health. Forced after Misty Mountain Goblins attacks, remove 1 progress token from the current quest. Okay, I'll slow us down a bit, but now we are at 7 threat, and we are at 7 willpower, so nothing happens. And I really now think I should have discarded Quick Strike in order to get an additional willpower, so I could have gotten rid of the Gladden Fields here, but oh well. So now we're going to go ahead and we'll engage him, and we still can't engage the Goblin Sniper, which is kind of irritating, but what can you do? Alright, so the Misty Mountain Goblins will attack us for 2. And, alright, so I think I'm actually going to have the attack go undefended. And so that's going to do 2 damage to a hero. And I will go ahead and place those on Aoen, I think. Alright. And then I'll be able to do total 5 damage to the Misty Mountain Goblins and kill him. 1 progress token will be removed from the Gladden Fields here, and then from the Misty Mountain Goblins attacking, and then since Legolas killed the Misty Mountain Goblins, we will be able to place 2 more progress tokens, and we'll be able to remove Gladden Fields. And I just remembered that I forgot to raise my threat by an additional point because Gladden Fields was the active location there at the end of last turn. And so then, go ahead and ready everyone here. My threat goes up to 36. And Unexpected Courage is the card I draw. So this card, we saw this last game, it costs 2 resources, and you can attach it to here, and as an action you can exhaust Unexpected Courage to ready attached here, which is a very nice card. Alright, so I was going to play Northern Tracker here, and I could still do that, but playing Unexpected Courage on Gimli also sounds like a really good idea, because then he could be questing and attacking at the same time. So I think I'll actually go ahead and play that. So put that on Gimli here. Alright. Then I could play Dwarven Axe, but I don't know if I need to. I mean, really, I could play on Gimli, but that would give it an 11 attack, which is kind of overkill. So I could really just put this on Legolas here, and then he'll have 4 attack, which is actually pretty nice. So maybe I'll do that. Yeah, sounds pretty good. So I'll do that. Give it to Legolas. He'll now have 4 attack. He doesn't get that extra +1 bonus from it because he's not a dwarf, but still, that's pretty good there. Okay, let's go ahead and quest Mendor, Gimli, and Aoen. And I will go ahead and discard Hasty Stroke so that I can get a +1 willpower. Alright, Evil Storm. Evil Storm says, when revealed, deal 1 damage to each character controlled by each player with a threat of 35 or higher. That's really bad and would actually defeat anyone. So I'm going to go ahead and play a Test of Will here. And then I will cancel that nasty effect there, which is why I like to have a Test of Will in my deck. And more specifically in my hand, so I can avoid nasty things like that. Now we have 5 threat out in the staging area, and a total of 8 willpower from our heroes, so we'll be able to place 3 progress tokens on the quest there. And then we'll travel to Necromancer's Pass, discard 2 cards at random. Okay, and we get both our Northern Trackers. Discarded. And then, now there's no one else, no other enemies in the staging area can finally engage Goblin Sniper. I'm going to go ahead and exhaust Unexpected Courage to ready Gimli. And then I will exhaust Gimli to block Goblin Sniper's attack. And so there's no shadow effect on this card, so the 2 damage from the Goblin Sniper will be blocked by Gimli's 2 defense. And then Legolas will be able to exhaust, deal 4 damage to the Goblin Sniper, and defeat him. 2 progress tokens will be able to be placed on the Necromancer's Pass, so that will be discarded. And we have finally cleared the staging area of all enemy cards, which is great. Alright, so now we'll actually be able to progress on the quest here, which will be good. So, draw a card, and it's another Unexpected Courage, so that's pretty good. So I can play that now with Aoen's 2 resources, but if I do that, then I won't be able to play Hasty Stroke if I need to. So I think I'm going to wait and then play that next turn when I'll have enough resources to play both Hasty Stroke and Unexpected Courage in the same turn. Alright, so we'll exhaust Mendor, Gimli, and Aoen, and we'll draw a card here. Okay, Misty Mountain Goblins. Alright, so we can place 5 progress tokens on the main quest card, so we'll be able to clear that. After defeating the troll, you are able to board the raft and embark on a river voyage. As you depart, your enemies pursue, harassing the small vessel as you attempt to navigate the river. And I'm so sorry. I actually just remembered that the special campaign rules here were supposed to apply a couple turns ago. When we defeat that hill troll, we were supposed to gain Valor and give it to one of our characters. I apologize for that, but at least I caught it before the game is over. So we actually get to give this to one of our heroes. Alright, so I have a choice here, right? So I can give this, really the 2 choices, the main ones we have here, would be Legolas or Gimli. It doesn't really make sense to give that to Aoen. I think I will give it to Gimli because he's a lot of damage tokens on him, and I want to be able to heal him of that. So we'll do that. And then I will go ahead and continue on with the campaign. With the scenario here, and again, I apologize for that. I wish I caught that earlier, because that would have allowed me to heal a little bit from Gimli, because of the ability on Valor, which says after attached hero is declared as an attacker, exhaust Valor to heal 1 damage from attached hero and deal 1 damage to defending enemy. That would have been nice to gain earlier, but oh well, I forgot that. Alright, so we need 16 progress tokens here. As your enemies harass the raft, it is difficult to maintain a balance and effectively fight them off. Reveal 1 additional card from the encounter deck each quest phase. Do not make engagement checks during the encounter phase. Each player may still optionally engage 1 enemy during each encounter phase. So that is going to slow our progress down quite a bit, but we should still be able to engage people optionally, so that should still be fine. Since we did complete that first stage of the quest, we can trigger Mendor's ability here. It says, response after a quest card is defeated, ready Mendor, then each player draws 1 card. So Mendor is ready, and we draw a card here. And it is Feint. Choose the enemy engaged with a player. That enemy cannot attack that player this phase. Very, very nice card to have. Alright, so let's go ahead and optionally engage Misty Mountain Goblins, and then give them a shadow card here. Let's use Unexpected Courage to ready Gimli. And then the Goblin will attack here with 2 attack. I think I'm going to go ahead and block with the Veteran Accent here, and then we'll reveal the card here. And says attacking enemy gets +1 attack, +3 attack instead if the attack was undefended here. So the Veteran Accent will in fact be defeated unless we play Hasty Stroke. So the attack will be doing 3 damage. The Veteran Accent has 2 hit points and 1 defense, so that will defeat him. But we could play Hasty Stroke to keep him alive. I want to, right? I want to keep him alive, but it could be a hero next time, right? A hero could be dying, and that would be even worse than just having the Veteran Axion die by an attack. So I kind of want to save Hasty Stroke for that future attack. Let's do it. Let's use Hasty Stroke to get rid of that shadow effect there, and then 1 damage will be dealt to Veteran Axion, who will live to see another day. Gimli and Legolas will then attack Misty Mountain Goblins. 1 of Gimli's damage tokens will be transferred to Misty Mountain Goblins through Valor, so Valor will heal Gimli 1 health, 1 damage, and then we'll deal 1 damage to an attacking enemy. So then, Gimli and Legolas will be able to completely destroy this Misty Mountain Goblin card here, and then 2 progress tokens will be placed on the quest card from Legolas, helping with that attack there. Alright, then we'll go ahead and ready everybody. Alright, we'll draw a card. Oh, and raise our threat by 1. Alright, a Test of Will. Nice. Always good to have one of those. Our hand here is made up of some all-star cards. Unexpected Courage is just amazing, being able to use it here for 2 different actions each turn. Feint, and then Test of Will allow us to block the 2 worst things in the game. Enemy attacks with Feint, and then Treachery cards with a Test of Will. So that is just great to have those in hand. And I will go ahead and actually not play anything. Yes, I could play Unexpected Courage, which could be helpful. Rather have enough resources to be able to play a Test of Will than play Unexpected Courage right now. So let's go ahead and quest with Gimli, Mendor, and Aoen. So I will draw 2 encounter cards. Alright. Massing at Night. When revealed, reveal X additional cards from the encounter deck. X is equal to the number of players in the game. So I could actually counter that, but I don't think I will because that's honestly not the worst thing that could happen. Next card, Misty Mountain Goblins. And then Dolgodor Beastmaster. So he has 2 threat, 3 attack, 1 defense, and 5 health. Forced 1 Dolgodor Beastmaster attacks, deal 1 additional shadow card. So that's very nasty. So, we have 4 threat out here, and then I have a total of 7 willpower, so we'll be able to place 3 progress tokens, so I'll give us a total of 5 on that, and we still need 11 more, so this is going to be a little bit of a longer one here. And so we can choose to either engage Dolgodor Beastmaster or Misty Mountain Goblins. We can't do both of them, right, because we can only optionally engage 1 enemy, and because the Anduin Passage's special abilities, they won't engage us through engagement checks. So, yeah, they're both pretty much the same, right, when it comes to threat, because they both just give us 2 threat. Both just generate 2 threat. Dolgodor Beastmaster is a little bit more dangerous. I've played the scenario many times, and so I can tell you that the last stage of this quest art will involve all the enemies in the staging area coming and attacking us at once, and then we will have to fight them all in order to win the game. So I think getting rid of the Dolgodor Beastmaster, who's the more fearsome of the 2 enemies, sounds like a good idea, getting rid of that now. But would I actually be able to kill it this turn? Let's see. So he's a pretty beefy attack, 3 damage, and then he has 2 shadow cards. So that's not great. Gimli could block it, 1 damage to go through to him. And then there's always the chance of the 2 shadow cards being pretty nasty. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to engage the Dolgodor Beastmaster, and then I'm going to use Unexpected Courage to ready Gimli. And then we'll give the Dolgodor Beastmaster 2 cards. Now, I have a choice here. Either I could play Feint to block his attack entirely, or I could have him attack the Veteran Axe Hand to... that would defeat the Veteran Axe Hand, but would be able to kill the Dolgodor Beastmaster, so that sounds like a good idea. But of course, there could be worse cards, worse attacks later on, and so maybe you want to save Feint, which is always a tricky thing there. I think I will go ahead and play Feint, just to avoid any nasty surprises, so I'll put the 2 shadow cards back, because the Dolgodor Beastmaster is not going to be attacking. So I'll attack with Gimli and Legolas. Gimli will transfer 1 damage to the Dolgodor Beastmaster, and then we'll do a total of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage to the Dolgodor Beastmaster. Minus 1 defense, doesn't even matter, he's dead. 2 progress tokens will be placed on the location here, or the quest rather, and then we'll go ahead and ready all of our cards. And now Gimli is back up to 4 hit points, so that's good. The troll really took a toll on him, but he is recovering well. And then hopefully we'll be able to actually go back to blocking once he has enough health. So let's go ahead and give everyone a resource. Threat's up to 39, which is getting a little bit high. Don't really like that, but what can you do? Okay, we have another Citadel plate. I'm going to give this to Gimli, I think. I mean, that's really good. Let's see. So, yeah, I could give it to Gimli. I have enough resources to play it for sure. Give it to Gimli, and then he would have 9 health again. Or 8 health, rather. That sounds like a really good idea, actually. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, Citadel play is restricted, so you can only have 2 restricted cards attached to you, so I couldn't give Gimli another axe or something else like that, but with all the defense he has, that's amazing, and of course all of his damage turns into attack, so that is still great. Alright, so now, you know what, let's just turn Gimli into an ultimate warrior here and give him another unexpected courage. Now this does not have restricted, so I can give it to Gimli. So Gimli is now going to be questing for his first action. So he's going to be questing and then readying with the first unexpected courage. Then it's going to be defending, then he could ready with his second unexpected courage, and then attack. So he could do all of the actions there, which sounds amazing. Alright, especially since Gimli has 7 attack right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and quest with Mendor, Gimli, and Aoen, and then we'll go ahead and draw a card here. Alright, Dolgodor Orcs. When revealed, the first player chooses 1 character currently committed to the quest. Deal 2 damage to that character. Okay? Now, I could play a Test of Will and negate that 1 real effect, but Gimli right now has 8 hit points, so I'm going to just give it to Gimli. So now he's down to 6 hit points, but that's still not bad. Second card here is a Hill Troll. Oh my goodness, this is bad. Wow. Okay. There are 2 Hill Trolls in the deck, so we've now drawn both of them. The good news is that if we defeat the second Hill Troll, we will be able to gain a second Valor card, which we'll be able to give to Legolas. The bad news is we played our Feint last turn. This is bad. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and just calculate our threat before moving on to the massive, beefy enemies out there. So, I mean, really the Goblins aren't too bad, but the Troll is huge. So we have 5 threat and a total of 7 willpower, so we'll be able to place 2 progress tokens. Okay, so now we're up to 9. Okay, and so now I can choose to engage 1 enemy. Now, engaging the Hill Troll is actually not that valuable to me because the Hill Troll is only generating 1 threat, whereas the other 2 guys are generating 2 threat each, so it makes sense to engage him later on, but I do definitely want to engage him and kill him before we finish up the stage here of the quest and before all the enemies just swarm me. So, Gimli has 6 hit points right now. So he can't really... So he in theory could soak up the damage from a Hill Troll attack, but that would put him down to 2 hit points, which is not great. So let's go ahead and engage the Dolgodor Orcs here, and yeah, let's see what we can do here. So let's exhaust unexpected courage to ready Gimli, who will then block the attack, and this is definitely a good card to discard as a shadow effect. That way we won't have to deal with him, since he has 2 threat, 3 attack, 3 defense, and 6 hit points. And then Chieftain Ulftak gets +2 attack for each resource token on him, and then you place 1 resource token on him each time he attacks. So that guy can get really terrible very quickly, so I'm quite glad that that was in the discard pile, based off of a shadow effect, but I kind of wish that the Hill Troll also was discarded as a shadow effect. So, no damage is dealt to Gimli. Gimli is going to ready with unexpected courage, and then he's going to attack the Dolgodor Orcs along with Legolas. And actually, do I want Legolas to attack? So Gimli will be able to transfer 1 damage to the Dolgodor Orcs and kill him. I could place 2 progress tokens on location if Legolas also went, and so I'm going to go ahead and also attack with Legolas. It's completely overkill, but now I get to place 2 more progress tokens on the location here. So now, or the quest rather, we're up to 11. So we need 5 more progress tokens. Alright, so now Gimli is up to... He's a total of 13 hit points. That's his maximum hit points, but he's been dealt 6 damage, so he is down to 7. So, and we're at 40 threat here. And we draw a feint. Okay, this is perfect. I'm going to engage the Hill Troll this turn, block with the Feint, and then Gimli's going to just kill him. So that was a perfect card draw, I think. I mean, getting Gandalf also would be a great thing to do there, but this is great nonetheless. So let's go ahead and quest with our 3 questers here. Okay, Banks of the Anduin has 1 threat, 3 quest points need to be. You need 3 progress tokens to complete this quest here. Forced, if Banks of the Anduin leaves play, return it to the top of the encounter deck instead of placing it in this discard pile. This is nice because you know that then the next card in the encounter deck is not a nasty card. It doesn't have any nasty shadow effects, and it's not going to generate any more than 1 threat. So it's a really nice card there. And Gladden Fields, which we've already seen before. But we are getting kind of dangerously close to the 50 threat limit, so having that be the active location might actually not be so great. Okay, so now we have 4, 5, 6, 7 willpower, 7 threat, and we actually have a total of 7 willpower as well, so nothing's going to actually be happening with the quest. Then I will put the Gladden Fields right here, and then I will engage the Hill Troll. Alright. You know, actually, it makes more sense to engage the Misty Mountain Goblins, because he generates 2 threats, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so, ready, Gimli, with Unexpected Courage, exhaust Gimli. Alright, so Eastern Crow's attacking enemy gets +1 attack, +2 attack instead of defending player's 30, if defending player's threat is 35 or higher, which it is. So he's going to do a total of 4 damage to Gimli, but I'm blocking 2 of those with my Citadel Plate, or rather with my just innate armor here. So now he's going to take 2 more damage, and then going to ready Gimli with a second Unexpected Courage, and then attack the Misty Mountain Goblins, and transfer 1 of those damage tokens to him, and then he and Legolas are going to kill the Misty Mountain Goblins. Then, since Misty Mountain Goblins attacked, we're going to remove 1 progress token from the quest card here, and then we'll place 2 on Gladden Fields because Legolas helped attack an enemy here and kill him. So we'll ready all of our characters, and our threat will go up by 2 because Gladden Fields is the active location. Alright. So I'm really hoping I will draw Gandalf or some threat lowering card soon because our threat's getting kind of high here. Alright, Strength of Will. After you travel to a location, exhaust a spirit character to place 2 progress tokens on that location. So, not too useful in this situation. Okay, not going to play anything because I only have events. In fact, I actually will go ahead and discard Strength of Will to get +1 willpower. Enchanted Stream, 2 threat, 2 progress tokens need to be placed on it, and says, while Enchanted Stream is the active location, players cannot draw cards. And then Pursued by Shadow. Each player raises their threat by 1 for each character they control that is not currently committed to the quest. So that is going to be 2 threat. Either I'll gain 2 threat, or I can play a Test of Will. Now, I think that the 2 threat is not too bad. I mean, it's not great, but I think I need to save Test of Will for some sort of damaging effect here. Okay, so now we have only 4 threat here, which is great, and then we're still generating our, actually 8 willpower because I discarded Strength of Will. So we'll get 4 progress tokens, 1 of those will go on Gladden Fields, and then 3 of them will go on Anduin Passage, so we just need 3 more progress tokens on Anduin Passage. Okay, then let's go ahead and take Banks of the Anduin here, and start questing there. You don't actually know. I will take Enchanted Stream because this only needs 2 progress tokens, and so once we kill the Hill Troll with Legolas, we'll be able to place 2 progress tokens here, and then they'll be discarded. And the fact that we can't draw any cards won't even matter. Draw any card because we won't be drawing any cards as long as it's active. So let's go ahead and engage a Hill Troll and play Feint. Okay, then put this back. We'll use Unexpected Courage to ready Gimli. And then we will go ahead and attack with Gimli and Legolas. And why not we'll just do the Veteran Axe Hand as well. So that'll be a total of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 damage. That Hill Troll is toast. Also, we could have put 1 damage token from Gimli on the Hill Troll, so the Hill Troll is just toast. Gladden Fields actually was supposed to go in the victory point display, so now 2 copies of Gladden Fields are out of the deck here, and the 2 Hill Trolls are out of the deck, so no more Hill Trolls, which is great. Then, since Legolas did help defeat an enemy, we can go ahead and get rid of Enchanted Strain by placing 2 progress tokens on it. And now we have a single card inside the staging area, which is just wonderful. Okay, ready all our characters, and now we are up to 45 threats, which, this isn't good. Gondorian Spearmint. Okay, this is a nice card, but I really need some threat removal here, threat reduction, so I can actually win the game here. Because if I get to 50, I will die. So that's not very good. But this is a nice card. It costs 2 resources, no willpower, but we get 1 attack and 1 defense. Sentinel. After Gondorian Spearmint is declared as a defender, deal 1 damage to the attacking enemy. So let's go ahead and just quest with our characters here, and we need to place 3 more progress tokens on Anduin Passage here. So really not much. But of course I don't know what these 2 cards that we're going to draw are. So maybe I want to actually discard Gondorian Spearmint. You know, I think I might. Yeah. See what happens if we do that. So then we'll go 8 willpower. And another base of the Anduin. Not bad. And then Despair. Ugh. Alright, remove 4 progress tokens from the current quest. If there are fewer than 4 progress tokens on the quest, remove all progress tokens from the quest. Alright, so right now we're going to be removing 4 progress tokens from the quest. Alright, remove these 4. Unless I play a Test of Will. But actually, I might not need to, because we only have 2 threat out here. So let's calculate how many progress tokens we'll be placing. So we'll have 8 willpower, and we have 2 threat here. Alright, so in total, we'll be placing 5, 6, 7, 8, minus 2, so 6 progress tokens on the quest card here, which will bump us up to 15. Right? So we will need a single progress token more. So Despair is kind of messing us up here. So I could play a Test of Will to negate Despair's effects, but then I won't have it for anything else if I need it. Alright, so I think I am going to go ahead and try playing it. It'll be tricky, but we'll see what happens. So we will discard this card here, and these 4 progress tokens will go back on that card, which is enough to clear it. Okay. Mendor will ready, we'll draw Gondorian Spearmint. That's not what I need, but okay. Finally, ambush on the shore. The ongoing harassment from your enemies has forced your raft to the shore, and you must now confront their ambush head-on. If you survive this attack, the path through the Golden Wood should be opened before you. So we need no progress tokens here. So this is interesting, right? When revealed, reveal 2 encounter cards per player, add them to the staging area. Skip the staging step of the quest phase for the remainder of the game. Once there are no enemies in play, the players have won the game. So, these are the last 2 cards that will enter the staging area for the entire game, because we'll be skipping the staging step for the rest of it, so let's see what we get. Dolgodor Orcs. Revealed, the first player chooses 1 character currently committed to the quest. Deal 2 damage to that character. And then we also have Despair, which we remove 4 progress tokens from a quest, but there are none, so that just discard it, nothing really happens there. Alright, so now 2 damage is dealt to someone committed to the quest, and so we'll go ahead and give that to Gimli here, who is now up to 8 wounds, and so now he has 5 hit points left, which is still fine. We'll engage Dolgodor. I'll actually travel to the base of the Anduin, because why not? We'll engage Dolgodor Orcs, and if we kill this guy, we win, because there will be no other enemies in play. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll ready Gimli through Unexpected Courage, and then he will block the attack, and no shadow effect, so let's discard that. And then we'll ready Gimli again, and then we'll have him attack along with Legolas, and Veteran Accent, and why not? Let's also attack with Mendor, and they were all able to just completely annihilate those orcs there. And Gimli will heal 1 health. So, he's dead. Now there's no other enemies in the staging area. So, according to the cards here, Ambush on the Shore says we win the game. So, that is that. We have a total of 45 threat. And our characters are pretty severely damaged. But, otherwise, he's actually pretty good. Now, you know, I did it again. I actually forgot that we killed a second hill troll. So let's go ahead and give that to Legolas. It doesn't really matter now. But Legolas has Valor now, so I'll have to get that sleeve for that one. But I don't know why I keep on forgetting to add Valor to my heroes when I defeat a hill troll. But either way, I still will win the game. Valor would just help me a little bit more. But still, that's really, really good. And we didn't actually have any of our characters die to a hill troll. And so we never had to bring out any of the scars. The scarred burdens there. So that is very, very good as well. So let's go ahead and flip over this card and read what it has to say. Alright, resolution. Add each copy of Valor and Scarred in play to the campaign pool. Record the names of heroes with Valor and or Scarred attached in the notes section of the campaign log and attach them to those heroes when setting up subsequent scenarios in this campaign. The hero with the most damage will be taken prisoner at the beginning of Escape from Dolgodor. In case of a tie, randomly select among the heroes with the most damage, record the name of the prisoner in the notes section of the campaign log. Our pursuers were too persistent, and their ambush was too well planned to be mere coincidence, says Mendor, after finally reaching the shores of Lorien. I fear greater evil directs them from the shadows. Okay. So, Gimli, by far, has the most damage tokens, so he is going to be taken prisoner, which means that we won't actually have access to him at the beginning of the next scenario in the campaign. So we'll just be down to Legolas and Aoen until we rescue Gimli, which is unfortunate because Gimli was really a powerhouse in the scenario, and he generally is. But I think we'll see if we can actually do it. But I think Legolas and Aoen should be able to take care of it. Should be able to free him, and then we'll have access to Gimli again. Yeah, the next scenario is extremely hard in general, but solo it's really tough using just the cards in the core game. Once you have more deck building options, it's not as bad, but it's really tough. So we'll see. We'll have Mendor and Valor cards help us in the next scenario, and actually Point by Fate is another card we'll get next scenario, so we'll be able to see what that does next time. But will having all these extra campaign cards help us to make the next scenario not so difficult solo? We'll have to wait and see. But I certainly hope we're able to actually go through the scenario and actually win. But it's a tough one solo, so I'll be eager to see how that goes. Yeah. So yeah, well, you have that to look forward to, an extremely difficult scenario to play solo, and I'll be playing it solo, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, so please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to Maelstrom Gaming to be notified when I upload that last part of this 3-part campaign here. Yeah, and we'll see together how playing through Escape from Dolgodor solo with these new campaign cards works. Yeah, so look out for that in the coming weeks, and I thank you all for watching the video, and I hope you did enjoy it, and until next time, happy gaming.